leaders in our community with your Community Leadership Award. About 15 years ago, I had the good luck to be hired by Jonathan Klein to join the legal department at the Community Builders, which is a large affordable housing developer, owner, and manager. Jonathan has been an amazing teacher and mentor to me then and since, as his employee, his client, and as his friend. He is a skilled lawyer, a creative problem solver, a zealous advocate, and an effective consensus builder. He is warm, fair, funny, and loyal, and he is a leader in every community he's a part of, as best I can tell. Let me start by telling you about Jonathan's lawyering skills. Of course, he's an expert in the sometimes Byzantine subject matter of affordable housing and real estate development. So he knows a lot of fun stuff, and I apologize to those of you who don't do affordable housing, because there's a little inside baseball here. He knows that QARA, ERA, HERA, and FOIA are laws, while OAP, CPD, SAC, and OGC are parts of HUD. He can help you borrow money under H, PHT, PDF, CDBG, home, TIF, or pretty much anything else. And he can raise equity for your deal using tax credits of all kinds. In the public housing world, he knows that DOFA and EOP make your ACC flow, but that it might stop if you screw up your REAC or MOR. He knows your HAP is worth more if your RCS or your OCAP gets your rents up above FMR. And he knows an NOI from an ROI, what deal terms affect them, and that both are pretty important to the success of the development and will have an impact on the people who live in it. Many of you may know that Jonathan is also good with numbers. Of course, he can port your Section 8, prepay your 202, file your 1023, clear your 2530, give notice under 40T, close your 221 D4, and admit your 21% shareholder, all while reciting from Section 42 and campaigning to help keep 40B. I'm talking about the numbers in development budgets, operating pro formas, benefit schedules, and balance sheets. One of many fundamental things Jonathan taught me about being a good lawyer was the importance of understanding financial projections, because through thorough research, brilliant analysis and precise drafting only goes so far if your documents don't memorialize the deal your client thinks they're making, or you can't negotiate effectively because you don't understand the business issues and the bottom line. During his tenure at TCP, Jonathan played no small part in managing the business of the organization as well, serving at times as CFO and finance director. I have no doubt that his attention to the bottom line has also been critical to the success of Klein Hornig for his first 10 years. But all those numbers and letters would be useless without Jonathan's quick intellect, his ability to sort through incredible complexity, make it manageable, his ability to influence others, and his tenacious but fair negotiating style. As a client, I hire him because he will understand and help me structure my deal, negotiate it zealously but fairly, document it with skill and nuance, work round the clock to close it, and when it hits a brick wall, he'll help me find a way to go over or around it, or if necessary to knock it down, and we'll have fun doing it. Still, we probably would not be honoring Jonathan here today if he was just a great lawyer, which he is, or even just a great teacher and mentor, which he is. I think we're here today because all of that talent is fed by and used in the service of an unwavering commitment to creating better, more affordable communities. In Klein Hornig, Jonathan, together with Chris Hornig, Dan, who's here with us today, and others, they've assembled a group of similarly talented and committed professionals. 10 years in, they've managed to create a successful law firm that is, in their words, dedicated to developing and preserving affordable housing and to revitalizing communities with legal solutions that are smart, efficient, and durable. In my experience, they deliver. Their commitment to mission is embodied by the fact that so many of their clients are nonprofits, CDCs, housing authorities, and other organizations who are also dedicated to improving the communities. They put their money where their mission is by offering reduced rates to nonprofits and by their pro bono commitments. As I thought about what to say to you today, I asked quite a few friends to reflect about Jonathan. Of course, everything I've talked about already was touched upon by many, but in each and every conversation, one thing was constant and really quite remarkable. Each person said something along the lines of, "He's a good man," which is why we respect, trust, and admire him and why we honor him today. But I'm not quite done. When Jonathan left TCB, I wrote him a little poem for his going away party. I've updated it. So I will finish with a poem, and now I'm going to apologize for the tortured rhyme. Way back after JK left his ma and pa, the University of Michigan unleashed from its maw a legal force both mighty and raw. Jonathan Klein, counselor at law. That was what was on his business card when he first left, and he hung the shingle. Small of stature but larger than life, warm and witty but no stranger to strife, a zealous advocate but indeed always fair, Brown Rudnick saw great potential there. For 7 years he worked for the firm researching, drafting, negotiating, and terms, till along came Pat Clancy in '88. Counselor Klein took the TCB bait. Co-ops, condos, debt, and equity and leasing, indemnities, ground leases, his work never ceasing. Whatever type of deal TCB was fishing, Klein was there, advancing the mission. Eventually the time came to start something new. Klein hung out a shingle and looked for one or a few to share his new venture and build a fine firm with some luck. Chris Hornig came forth and the bargain was struck. 10 years later, Klein Hornig has come quite far, now home to 28 lawyers, they're an industry star. But success aside, don't get me wrong, they're committed to making communities strong. Klein's still doing great deals and pro bono to boot, and he can carry it off in a seersucker suit. You know, when you need him, he'll always be there, though sometimes he turns up without facial hair. Jonathan shaves his beard every summer for people who don't know. He can structure a complex deal on a dime, then explain it in simple terms in no time. Not sure what the issue is? Klein can tell. How can this colorblind dynamo see so well? Who knows? We're pleased to share in his cause, to build and preserve housing, and more, without pause. We thank him for his integrity, counsel, and zealous ways, and the inspiration and leadership he provides to us every day. And now,